pairing of chocolate and chili dates back to ancient civilization, and to this day it's very popular. Now I'm going to make a flourless chocolate cake for you. It's so yummy. First of all, 350 grams of chocolate. Now I've got dark chocolate here, and we want to melt this with some butter, 240 grams of butter. I'll just get a spatula here, and I've just cubed that, and that can gently melt away over here. We'll just give it a stir here and there, just to make sure that combines nicely. And while that's happening, we can get on to the rest of the mix. So 6 eggs, and we're going to break them straight into our mixer here. And we're going to whip this up with some sugar. Now this is where it's crucial. Because there is no flour or there's no baking powder, we need lots of air in these eggs and sugar so it gets really fluffy and light. So I like to whisk this for at least 5 minutes. Last egg straight in there. So we're not putting the sugar in yet. We will wait until this starts to become really frothy, and then we'll just rain in a little bit of sugar at a time. Altogether, 110 grams. Look at that, how much it's changed. Sugar and eggs, and that's doubled in size. And it's that perfect colour. And we'll get another spatula. We'll add some almond meal. So 110 grams of almond meal. We can just fold that in. And this is where you have to be really delicate. Look at that. That's going to help our cake rise. And now what we need to do is start to fold in that chocolate. Now this is just heaven for me. Beautiful melted chocolate straight into that. Oh, so good. And it smells great too. So a little bit of time, let's say a third, mix it in, another third, and we'll give it another mix after that. I've got a 20 centimetre tin here, and I've just lined it with some baking paper. And also, if yours is a springform tin like mine, you really want to protect it to make sure none of the water goes in, because we're going to be cooking it in a bain-marie. So just get yourself some foil, a big piece like this, and you just wrap it up just to protect that cake. And now all we do is pour this cake straight into that tin. Right, fix that up. Now that goes into another tray, and I want to fill it about halfway up with the water. 150 degrees for about 1 hour. Carefully take it to the oven. And while that's cooking, we can get onto our caramel, our chili almond caramel. So in a big pan, heat that up. We need 1 cup of brown sugar, and I really love the dark, rich molasses flavour to it. So in it goes. As soon as this becomes quite syrupy, I'm going to add the slivered almonds and then just coat them and keep tossing them in the syrup until they become golden brown, and that's when we add our chili flakes. I know it looks like a lot. I'm not going to add the whole lot. I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of this. So let's just wait for this to melt away, and then we'll add the rest. I've removed the cake from the oven, allowed it to cool. So now let's lift this out very carefully. And, you know, it's a flourless cake, so naturally it's not going to have that height to it, but look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? And now I just get a palette knife, and hopefully this will come straight off onto the plate, just like that. Now for the chili part of this, all I do is just break it up. You can serve this with berries. Some creme fraiche would be absolutely delightful with this. Ice cream in the centre, maybe a few more because it's just so good. I'll keep that for me later. And a dusting, just a small amount of that icing sugar on top. And that's what I like to call a devilishly good chocolate cake.